Good morning. Good morning to our honored guests. We're really honored and pleased that you could join us today in the symposium on accreditation and ranking. This event is mainly coordinated by the Egyptian Ministry of Higher Education, the Egyptian Supreme Council of Universities, the Association of Arab Universities, and of course NAQAAE, as well as AUC. The objective of today is to shed light on accreditation, the importance of accreditation, whether institutional or program level, and ranking, and give some highlights on the difference between both. It's my pleasure to serve today as your Master of Ceremony, and we will start off the presentation. I'd like to first thank everyone who joined us, everyone who came just to conduct these sessions and presentations and share knowledge today. There is an agenda on everyone's plate that has all of the details and when the lunch breaks are and the dinner and coffee breaks are. And I'd like to start you off with a very brief video of accreditation and ranking at AUC. AUC believes in quality in everything that it does. And since we're a higher education institute, everything revolves around quality of education. Accreditation is a rigorous self-assessment process. It basically means that we have certain standards that AUC is going to meet. These standards cross every function of AUC, starting from student life, academics, facilities, financial, sustainability, everything across the board.
The fact that I know that the university is accredited means that I could comfortably go to anywhere I want around the world, because I know that my certificate will equate to something important there. It's something that's accepted. It just gives me a sense of comfort and reassurance.
AUC is globally accredited by the Middle States Commission on Higher Education. This is a university-wide accreditation recognized by the US Department of Education and the Council on Higher Education Accreditation. During the 2017-2018 academic year, after a very rigorous self-assessment process involving a team visit from Middle States and consideration of the Middle States Board, AUC received reaffirmation of accreditation for the maximum allowable duration of 8 years. The Middle States report highlighted a number of achievements by AUC. One of them is the establishment of career development centers in different public universities in Egypt.
I applied to AUC because I knew it was an accredited institution both here in Egypt and the US. It gives me like the best of both worlds. I get to stay in Egypt with my family. However, I'd still get the same level of education and the quality of education that other institutions in the US allows. So this for me was a great opportunity.
The AUC, or the American University, it is called the American University in Cairo. This means that it has both quality of American education, and also it abides by the rules and regulations of the Egyptian higher education rules and regulations.
We were the first institution to be accredited by NAQAAE in 2011, and this is something we take huge pride in.
NAQAAE gives us a stamp of the quality of education, and this quality makes AUC ahead of most of the Egyptian institutions.
AUC is both keen on accreditation and ranking. Ranking compares every university with other universities internationally based on certain criteria. QS ranking is one of the rankings that we tend to align with because its criteria are mainly not just research focused, and they align better with the mission of AUC. And AUC is ranked number 395 in QS World University Ranking.
Out of the 500 top-ranked universities by the QS Graduate Employability Ranking, actually AUC has been ranked among the top 200 universities and actually the highest in Egypt, with an 86% of graduate employment rate within 1 year of graduation. Among the factors contributing to this kind of ranking is the employer-student engagement, and AUC Career Center engages employers on campus with students in different activities, which enhances their graduate employment rate.
The university gave us access to lots of summer internships, and my first employer actually was training for them for the summer. So I graduated probably February 1999, I started my first job in the banking sector in May 1999. Looking back at the decision to join AAC, it is by far the most right or positive decision I've made. It kick-started my career path. It's quite recognizable amongst employers, and also it opens up a peer of alumni network that was quite useful as well for me.
I believe that I had the opportunity to join other universities rather than AUC at the very beginning, but as we speak now, after 10 years of graduation, I'm sure that I made the right decision by joining AUC, because I did not only have the quality of education that I was looking forward to, but also the quality of adding to the person himself and developing the person through the activities that's on campus as well.
AUC is always looking towards continuously improving. We will continuously strive to improve our accreditations, our ranking status, everything else, because to us this means that we're offering a better future to our students, we're offering a better experience when they are at AUC, and we're offering them better prospects as they leave and start looking for employment opportunities worldwide. Abdurrahman to the podium to actually start a productive day, hopefully. Please join me in welcoming the Provost.
I look very tall in here. So. Good morning. I just want to actually update a little bit of the information in the video. The video mentioned that our employability rate is 86%. Actually, it's just jumped to 93%. So this is a good news for AUC. Good morning. It is a pleasure to be with all of you today for what I am sure will be a very interesting and educational experience that we can all learn from. It's my distinct honor to welcome the Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research, Dr. Khaled Abdel Ghaffar, as well as our former counselor, Dr. Robert Saylor, the Secretary General of the Association of Arab Universities, Dr. Johansen Eid, the President of National Authority for Quality Assurance and Accreditation of Education, NAQAAE, and Dr. Muhammad Lutayef, Secretary General of the Supreme Council of Universities. I want also to welcome all esteemed speakers, panelists, university presidents, and guests. We're gathered today to discuss a topic of extreme importance to us, rankings and accreditation. Accreditation and ranking have become two of the most important topics for all higher education institutions around the world. Accreditation, whether institutional or professional, is considered a seal of quality when it's granted by a recognized and globally respected body and assures confidence in the institution. Ranking, on the other hand, is evaluating the institution's performance according to specific criteria in relationship to other institutions. AUC is accredited by the Middle States Commission on Higher Education in the US. We're currently in the process of reaffirming our NAQAAE accreditation. A large number of our programs across all schools are accredited by more than 14 professional accreditation bodies. Additionally, we're ranked by the QS, sometimes Higher Education World University Ranking, Regional Ranking, as well as QS Graduate Employability Ranking. Deciding whether to apply for institutional accreditation, professional accreditation, concentrate on improving the ranking, or pursue all the same at the same time is a major decision for any institution. It depends on its mission, vision, and strategic priorities. That being said, the quality has no end. Whether you are going for accreditation or ranking, continuous improvement is at the core of accreditation is a goal for any institution. While rankings can be a good way to measure achievements in some ways, it's important that we not define ourselves by our rankings. Rankings are used by many universities as marketing tools, and a lot of time, tremendous improvement in our institutions often come without an increase in our ranking. And because of this, it is important to look at rankings strategically. With such esteemed group of speakers and panelists gathered here today, I'm sure guests will leave with the valuable information and insights, and that would help them to make informed decision on how to move forward, ranking or accreditation or both. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Provost Ihab Abdel. I'm honored now to welcome Dr. Mohammed Lutaif, Secretary General of Supreme Council of Universities, to the stage for his kind remarks. Please join me in welcoming.
Good morning. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, experts, and colleagues. It's a pleasure for me to participate in such a prominent event organized by the American University in Cairo. I would like to thank them for their keen interest for hosting this conference to strengthen the academic channels within the Egyptian universities and educational experts in Egypt. Within the framework of the general trend of the state to enhance higher education and research in Egypt, to cope with international educational systems, the Supreme Council of Universities is highly committed to elevate the higher education system in Egypt to become a worldwide stronghold for human intellect and a pathway for achieving distinct capabilities and scientific excellence to confront employability requirements and development challenges. As education is the way to promote the capacities and qualifications of human beings, which is in turn at the core of the development and advancement of nations, directed by professors and scientists to promote higher education system. The Supreme Council of Universities, since its establishment and according to its terms of reference, is responsible of planning policies for higher education to improve the quality and relevance of higher education to match with the needs of the new learning technologies and human resource development. Therefore, its activities and efforts aimed at upgrading the basic components of the higher education system. I mean by that the educational institutions, the staff member, the students, the curriculum, and the teaching methods, to be promoted to the class levels. Within our responsibilities, the Supreme Council of Universities developed a criteria for students' admission policy to higher education to recognize diverse potential by developing initially an assessment test of generic reasoning and thinking skills to achieve a knowledgeable society, encourage innovation and creativity to have skilled graduate competitive with the international labor market. In addition to the collaboration with the Academic Quality Assurance NAQAAE to encourage applying quality assurance standards in Egypt or in the Egyptian universities and applying international quality systems applications to achieve the Egyptian universities' autonomy with the emphasis on the quality of higher education to improve competitiveness and international rankings of the Egyptian universities. As accreditation and rankings are both the gateway to the quality of education, the Supreme Council of Universities developed a comprehensive internationalization strategy for equivalence and recognition of academic degrees and qualification. As a result of this, we will have skilled graduates competitive with the local and global labor market. To support this process of reform and development carried by the Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research in Egypt, the Supreme Council of Universities has focused its current activities on university independence and academic freedom, the use of information technology systems, including the internet, e-learning, and digital library, and enhancement and modernization of regulations and legislations. Finally, I hope this event will successfully achieve its fruitful results and to be an additional step to the one that will contribute to the development of higher education and research system in Egypt, as all participants share the noble humanitarian goals of education, science, and culture. I look forward to valuable results being achieved. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Lutaif, very much. We'd like to invite Dr. Amr Salima, our Dr. Amr Salima, to the podium to give us his remarks.
Thank you very much. Good morning, and Your Excellency, Minister of Higher Education and President of the American University in Cairo, Dr. Mohammed Lutaif, my colleagues, university presidents, and my colleagues in the American University in Cairo. Actually, it gives me great pleasure, as usual, to be here with you in this very prestigious university. And I was one of the lucky people that I have spent here among you about 9 years from my career, which I regard very fruitful 9 years. When I was invited by Dr. Ashraf Hatem to give my speech, actually he asked me to speak in Arabic. Maybe he thought that because I am the Secretary General of the Association of Arab Universities, and maybe he thought that we cannot speak English. So I don't know, and I can see that most of the people here are Arabic speaking. Even Frank himself, he speaks and understands Arabic quite well. So there is a translation. So I will transfer into Arabic after your permission. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. زي ما بنقول يمثل التعليم العالي أهم المرتكزات الرئيسية لريادة التنمية الشاملة، بما يمثله من مكانة في أعداد الأطر الفكرية والعلمية والمهنية لمنظمات المجتمع، بالإضافة إلى دوره في الوصول إلى المعرفة وتطويرها واستخدامها وإجراء البحوث العلمية وخدمة المجتمع. شهد ويشهد التعليم العالي توسعا كبيرا في منظومته في الكثير من دول العالم، بعد أن أدركت حكوماتها الأهمية متزايدة للتعليم العالي في جهودها المبذولة للنهوض ببلدانها وإيجاد فرص عمل مناسبة لمواطنيها وتأمين منافسة قوية لمنتجاتها في الأسواق المحلية والعالمية، إذ أثبت الواقع أن المجتمعات المتعلمة أكثر قدرة من سواها على تحقيق معدلات التنموية عالية في جميع الميادين. ويجب أن لا نسمح بإحداث خلل في مستوى التعليم في كفايته أو كفاءته الداخلية والخارجية، وهو ما يتطلب ضرورة أن نقف وقفات تقويمية مستمرة نتبين من خلالها مستوى أداء تلك النظم ومؤسساتها مقارنة بمستوى أداء نظم ومؤسسات التعليم الجامعي الرسمي. فتحسين جودة التعليم أصبح هدفا أساسيا تسعى إليه كل المجتمعات بلا استثناء من أجل تحسين السياسات التعليمية الحالية. فالتحدي الرئيسي للنظم التعليمية المعاصرة لا يتمثل فقط في تقديم التعليم، ولكن التأكد من جودة التعليم المقدم. وانطلاقا من ذلك جاء توجه الجامعات في العالم نحو الأخذ بنظام الجودة والاعتماد وتأسيس آليات لضمان جودة البرامج الأكاديمية وتطوير نظم وإجراءات ومعايير الجودة بما يسير التوجهات العالمية ويتمشى وظروف كل مجتمع في محاولة لتقييم الممارسات التعليمية وتطويرها، بحيث تتسع عملية التقييم لتشمل التقييم على المستوى القومي والتقييم الذاتي من الجامعات والكليات نفسها والتقييم الخارجي من الجهات أو اللجان الأكاديمية المماثلة والمتخصصة، إضافة إلى التقارير الدورية التي تنشرها الكليات والجامعات عن أدائها لوظائفها التعليمية والبحثية والمجتمعية. وتقوم فكرة اعتماد المؤسسات التعليمية على أساس أنه من حق المجتمع أن يتأكد أن هذه المؤسسات تقوم بدورها التي أنشئت من أجله بأفضل أداء ممكن. فالمؤسسات التعليمية في مختلف دول العالم أصبحت مطالبة بضرورة حصولها على نوع من الاعتراف بها واعتمادها لكي يمكن لها أن تتعامل على قدم المساواة مع مثيلاتها في دول العالم الأخرى، ويصبح لها ولخريجيها وأساتذتها قيمة حقيقية معترف بها على الصعيدين الداخلي والخارجي. فالاعتماد الأكاديمي هو شهادة لمؤسسة أو برنامج تعليمي مقابل استيفاء معايير تصدرها هيئات ومنظمات أكاديمية متخصصة على المستوى المحلي والإقليمي والعالمي، بما يؤهلها لنيل ثقة الوسط الأكاديمي والجمهور المستهدف. وطبعا احنا كلنا عارفين ان هناك نوعان من الاعتماد، بيبقى يتم اعتماد مؤسسي والاعتماد البرامجي. وهنا لابد من الاشاره الى ان الاعتماد لا يهدف الى تصنيف او ترتيب، ما هوش رانكينج طبعا المؤسسات التعليميه، وكما ان زياده التوسع في انشاء مؤسسات التعليم العالي وادراك الدول لاهميتها ورغبتها في ضمان الجوده وفيها وعولمه التعليم، كل هذه الاسباب كانت الدافع وراء تقييم مؤسسات التعليم العالي. وتعتبر التصنيفات العالميه للجامعات احد اهم وسائل تقييم التعليم العالي ومؤسساته. هذه الاخيره تقوم على مجموعه معايير ومؤشرات تختلف حسب الجهه القائمه بالتصنيف. لذلك اصبح الحديث عن التصنيفات العالميه للجامعات من المواضيع المهمه التي تمس الجامعات وكذا صناع قرار سياسه العمل التعليم العالي. وتزايد الحديث عن هذه التصنيفات كان مع نشر جامعة جيو تونغ شنغهاي سنة 2003 لأول مرة دراسة أكاديمية مفصلة تصنف فيها الجامعات ومؤسسات التعليم العالي في جميع دول العالم. اسمحوا لي أنا في 2003 ديت، أنا الحقيقة كنت وزير تعليم عالي في 2004، وصحيت يوم الصبح كده لقيت الدنيا مقلوبة على وزير التعليم العالي وعلى وزارة التعليم العالي وعلى الجامعات المصرية كلها، ان ازاي الجامعات المصريه مش في اول 500 جامعه في الجامعات ديت، بل مش موجوده خالص في ال 2000 جامعه اللي موجودين. والحقيقه يعني كان موقف صعب وموقف سهل في نفس الوقت، لان احنا يعني ما كناش اوير نمره واحد بان احنا يعني في حاجه بتتعمل كده، وجات مفاجاه. والظاهر العالم ما كانش شايف المنطقه ديت، يعني ما كانوش شايفين المنطقه ديت. وانا اتذكر يعني يمكن هنا واقول سر بقى كده يعني، وهخرج عن الكلمه بتاعتي دقيقه واحده، ان انا ساعتها يعني طلبت من رئيس جامعه القاهره، وهو راجل كان ممتاز وفاضل ومهندس زينا كده كويس، قلت له يا دكتور يعني ايه رايك ان احنا في السر كده نبعت ملف عن جامعه القاهره لجامعه شنغهاي، يعني مش هيحصل حاجه كده، لان انا اعتقد ان هم ما شافوش جامعه القاهره، وخلينا نشوف ايه اللي حصل. وفعلا السنه اللي بعديها دخلت جامعه القاهره، قلت له ادي المعايير بتاعه شنغهاي، يعني قعدنا طبعا درسنا الموضوع وكل حاجه، واخد الكلام دوت واشتغلت عليها جامعه القاهره وقدمت للجامعه، بعت الملف، ما قدمتش حاجه، بعتنا الملف. والحقيقه كان تاني سنه جامعه القاهره دخلت في ال 500 جامعه، كانت 400 وشويه. فانا قصدي هي بتبقى معايير، وطالما ان احنا بنمشي مع المعايير ديت بيبقى الامور سهله. اهم طبعا التصنيفات كلنا عارفينها، الصيني والتايمز والاسباني واليوبو ماتريكس والتصنيف البريطاني، وفي تصنيفات اقليميه ومناطقيه، يعني في مناطق مختلفه. الاتحاد الاوروبي، البريطانيا عامله الكواليتي اشورنس ايجنسي، الولايات المتحده التقرير العالمي لتصنيف الكليات والجامعات، كل دول بيقوم عمل ترتيب سنوي، وهو تصنيف موجوده وكلنا مطلعين عليها. في ضوء ان كثير من المعايير ومقاييس التصنيفات العالميه سالفه الذكر مش غير منصفه، هي يعني بتختلف من مجتمع لمجتمع الحقيقه في كثير من الاحيان، وهي تتباين على نحو هائل، فضلا على ان تزايد الاهتمام بمقاييس تقييم الجامعات وترتيبها اخذ يطغي على التقييم الموضوعي. فالتصنيف زي ما كلنا عارفين، وأكيد حضراتكم عارفين الكلام ده، هو المقارنه بين اداء الجامعات من خلال معايير معينه تضعها جهه التصنيف. ولمعرفة قيمة أي تصنيف لابد من معرفة المعايير التي يستند عليها. من ناحية أخرى، كل ما علينا عمله للحصول على تصنيف أعلى هو التركيز على تحسين تلك المعايير، وسنحصل على تصنيف أعلى حتى لو أهملنا كل ما عداها من معايير أخرى. أما الاعتماد الأكاديمي فهو عملية أكثر شمولية من التصنيف، ولا يتضمن مقارنة بين الجامعات، وإنما هو وضع حد أدنى كمتطلبات لمخرجات العملية التعليمية الأكاديمية من قبل جهة معتبرة بعدها تتقدم الجامعات لتلك الجهات بطلب الحصول على اعتماد منها، فتقوم تلك الجهة بإرسال لجنة للجامعة لتقييم مدى التزامها بمعايير تلك الجهة، ويتم منح الاعتماد للجامعة لو رأت اللجنة ذلك الأمر. طبعا هيئة ضمان الجودة والاعتماد المصرية أحد الهيئات المعتبرة في هذا الأمر. إن اتحاد الجامعات العربية وبصفته منصة للجامعات العربية وأصحاب المصلحة في التعليم العالي للمنطقة يساهم بشكل فعال في تحسين أداء التعليم العالي وقدرات الخريجين وتعزيز الإنتاج الإقليمي من خلال الشراكات الفعالة واعتماد المعارف والقدرات المعززة لأنظمة البحث والابتكار والتعليم، مما يؤدي إلى تحسين القدرة على استعمال العلوم في مواجهة التحديات الحالية والمستقبلية وتحقيق دخل أفضل وإدماج متكافئ للشباب لتطوير الجهود في المنطقة والاستجابة للتحديات العالمية. إن الاتحاد يولي ضمان الجودة أهمية خاصة من خلال وجود وحدات خاصة بضمان الجودة والاعتماد وتطبيق المعايير الدقيقة لمعظم التخصصات والبرامج التدريسية في الجامعات العربية. ويمكن مؤخرا جمعية ضمان الجودة التابعة لاتحاد الجامعات العربية تم إنشائها وموقعها في جامعة مدينة السادات، معنا الأستاذ الدكتور أحمد بيومي رئيس الجامعة اللي يعني تفضلوا واستضافوا هذه الجمعية، حيث بذل مجهود كبير وما زال يبذل بسعي المستمر من خلال اتفاقيات ونشاطات وبرامج لتحقيق أحد أهم أهدافه في الخطة الاستراتيجية الجديدة للاتحاد للفترة من 2019 ل 2030، وهو ضمان الجودة والاعتماد، وقد تمثلت بما يلي: تطوير وتنفيذ برنامج تطوير المؤهلات وتوفير قاعدة للتعليم. احنا بنحاول حقيقة ان احنا نعمل مع المنظمة العربية للتربية والثقافة والعلوم اللي هي بتجمع وزراء التعليم العالي العرب، ودوت بالحقيقة بتوصية من مجلس وزراء التعليم العالي العرب ان احنا نعمل اطار عربي او اطار مؤهلات موحد للدول العربية. كل المناطق الجغرافية الحقيقة عندها اطار موحد للمؤهلات، يمكن المنطقة العربية هي الوحيدة اللي يعني لسه ما عملتش هذا الامر. بعض الدول العربية عندها اطار مؤهلات، مصر عندها اطار لسه لم يصدر بعده في مجلس النواب، انما هناك 4-5 دول عربية الحقيقة او اكتر من كده، يمكن 6 عندهم اطار للمؤهلات. تطوير نظام ضبط الجودة والاعتماد للجامعات العربية، تنفيذ مشروع معامل التأثير العربي وهو الذي يعالج النشر باللغة العربية وتصنيف المجلات العربية، عقد اتفاقية مع الناشر السيفير والتي تدير قاعدة بيانات سكوبس لآلاف المجلات المحكمة وتوفر معلومات حول الاستشهادات للأبحاث المنشورة ومؤشرات لأداء الباحثين والجامعات، والتي تشكل أحد معايير التصنيف الهامة للجامعات. وتعهدت المؤسسة بتقديم خبراتها في الدعم الفني والبرامج المطورة لتمكين الدوريات المشاركة من إدارة دورياتها وإصداراتها الإلكترونية لزيادة الانتشار والحصول على معامل تأثير عالمي للباحثين في العالم العربي، وتمكين هذه الدوريات من الظهور عالميا، مما يساهم في تحسين رتبة تصنيف الجامعات العربية دوليا. وعليه فإننا يعني نتطلع إلى أن كل الجامعات العربية تكون مشاركة في هذا النشاط. آخر حاجة يمكن تطوير نظام تصنيف عربي للجامعات العربية الذي يأخذ بعين الاعتبار مؤشرات التصنيف الدولي بالإضافة إلى الخصوصيات والمعايير والمتطلبات والتوقعات للمجتمعات الإقليمية، وتبذل محاولات جادة لوضع مقاييس تصنف بها الجامعات العربية من قبل اتحاد الجامعات العربية وبعض مؤسسات التصنيف العالمية. وقد تم وضع محاور التصنيف ومؤشراتها وفقا لما جاء في توصيات ورشة مؤشرات تصنيف الجامعات العربية التي احتضنتها العاصمة بغداد في 2018، والتي أوصى بها مجلس وزراء التعليم العالي العرب، بحيث تكون المحاور كما يلي: المحور الأول البحث العلمي ب40% وزنه، المحور الثاني التعليم والتعلم 40% وزنه، المحور الثالث المشاركة المحلية والدولية ووزنه 20%. وأخيرا، ومع وجود عدد محدود من الجامعات العربية ضمن أفضل جامعات في التصنيفات العالمية وغياب أغلب الجامعات العربية عن التصنيف، مع أن الجامعات العربية لها تاريخ عظيم، احنا يعني لغاية السنة اللي فاتت كان عندنا 650 جامعة، على 600 حاجة و60 حقيقة جامعة على مستوى الوطن العربي. يمكن في خلال السنة اللي فاتت العدد تزايد، لسه ما عنديش الحصر الرقم النهائي، العدد اللي يعني موجود في التصنيفات العالمية زي ما حضراتكم شايفين كده عدد محدود جدا. الحمد لله الجامعات المصرية يعني بتتزايد يوم بعد يوم، وانا اخر تقرير شفته طالع من وزارة التعليم العالي الحقيقة ان في 22 جامعة عربية مصرية دخلت في التصنيفات الدولية النهاردة، فده خبر كويس جدا. مع ان الجامعات العربية لها تاريخ عظيم وعريق في المسيرة العلمية، فالجامعات العربية مدعوة الى تطبيق المعايير الدولية المعتمدة في العملية التعليمية لزيادة القدرة التنافسية للجامعات العربية للحصول على مراكز متقدمة في التصنيفات العالمية. علينا أن نعلم أن التصنيف هو وسيلة لتطوير الجامعات من أجل المنافسة مع الجامعات العالمية، فلا بد من إيجاد نظام عربي لتصنيف الجامعات يأخذ بالاعتبار معايير تتفق مع طبيعة الأداء في الجامعات العربية، خاصة النشر العلمي باللغة العربية وإعداد فريق عمل مستقل من الخبراء لأجل إدارة هذا التصنيف ومتابعة تنفيذه وتطويره. فما الجودة والاعتماد ومعايير التصنيف إلا طريقا وحيدا على خارطة التقدم العلمي. شكرا جزيلا.
Thank you, Dr. Amr. I'm honored to present our president, the AUC president, Mr. Richard our AUC president, to speak on behalf of AUC. Very sorry for the confusion. Please join me in welcoming him.
Good morning, Sabah al-Khair, Jamian. It's a great pleasure to have everyone with us here today. We have such distinguished speakers with us all morning. In just a minute, I will introduce His Excellency Dr. Khaled Ibaka, our Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research, but I'd also like to thank our old friend and colleague, Sadiq min Zaman, yani sanawat tawila, Dr. Emad Salima, for joining us in your kind remarks. Dr. Johansson, thank you for coming. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for sending a great team to be with us this past week, and we look forward to their decision soon. And Dr. Mohammed Lataif, thank you so much for joining us as well. I also would like to thank the distinguished panelists who will be speaking in just a short while through the course of the morning. Dr. Timothy Meskin of AACSB. Dr. Patricia Mosto will join us by video from the Middle States. That's the American accrediting agency that has once again inspected us, joined us, come and worked with us last year and voted again to accredit us again. Dr. Sharif Ali will be speaking, our own Dr. Sharif, on representing, as he is a commissioner of ABET for engineering and technology. And as I mentioned, Dr. Johansson, thank you so much for speaking from the NAQAAE perspective, which is so important to us. And then we have the ranking experts as well, who will be coming, Mr. Ashwin Fernandez, Mr. Will Sanchez, and Dr. Yahya Isa of Elsevier. So these are really important topics. We're doing this today very much in coordination with the Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research, the Supreme Council of Universities, the Association of Arab Universities, and of course NAQAAE. This is a joint effort. It struck me as we've been planning this the past few months that it's really appropriate that we hold this conference on these important topics about world standard accreditation and world standard ranking here in Egypt and here at AUC. Egypt has been a regional leader in education going back, well, you can say over 1,000 years to the foundation of Al-Azhar, which educated not only for Egyptians but for the world at that time, the known world. Fast forward to modern times, and Egypt has produced great educational reformers that have had impact in the founding of the modern republic and beyond, Taha Hussein. And it continues to produce educators who have gone out to the Gulf and helped the Gulf build up to what it has become today. It isn't only the petroleum wealth, it's the science, the knowledge, the education that Egypt helped bring and spread around this entire part of the world. And everywhere Egyptian educators go, they lift with them. So many of the people in this room The Egyptians in this room have studied in my country and enriched my home country, and many of us who are here at AUC have come from the United States to Egypt because we see the influence, the power, the importance of this country in the field of education. At AUC, we are here in the service of Egypt, and we are very much in that world of international exchange and standard setting, driving the standards, not just meeting them, but helping to define them. President El-Sisi, Minister Abdel Ghaffar have pushed forward this Egyptian tradition of international education and standard setting with the invitation to establish international branch campuses here. We had in this very room a year and a half, almost 2 years ago with the minister, we had a conference on that initiative of the government of Egypt. So Egypt's dynamic Egypt of today is very much in this world of international education, educational exchange, knowing the standards, meeting the standards, holding ourselves to those standards. So we at AUC, as we hold ourselves to be Egypt's global university, we work to bring foreigners to this welcoming, dynamic, stable country, and to provide world standard education to the Egyptian students who come here. Our faculty are 60% Egyptian, but nearly every one of the Egyptian faculty are internationally educated. The rest are Americans or from other nationalities who believe in the future of this country and its young people whom we educate. We're very proud of the rankings we've received from QS, as Dr. Iman has just mentioned, and Times Higher Education, as well as we'll be discussing later, the individual accreditations of our departments and different programs, such as in engineering and technology. The work we do together today will help us all thrive, prosper, and hold ourselves to the highest world standards. So we're delighted to have you, and there's a special bounce in our steps whenever we have distinguished people from all over the world on our campus. I need to mention one sad thing. If you see some of us feeling a little glum today, any university feels a special sense of grief when we lose a student. It's particularly appropriate for me to mention here. I wanted to thank all the staff that have put this together. That's what one does at these things. Dr. Iman and her team have done an amazing job. But the person on her staff who was most in charge of this, Rasha Radwan, lost her beautiful daughter, a sophomore at our university, Friday night while she was working to organize today's program. So the daughter is Malik Nauman. She was a sophomore. She, her mother, her grandfather were all AUC alumni, and I ask you to keep Malik and her family in your prayers and in your thoughts. We are moving on, but we don't have the benefit of having Rasha Radwan with us today because of this family tragedy. Please keep Malik in your thoughts and prayers. With that, I do want to go on and welcome our very special guest, Dr. Khaled Ibaka, who is a frequent visitor here. Every time he comes on a special occasion, and we discuss important topics. He brings us the wisdom and dedication of the government of Egypt to this high mission of higher education. Again, like many of us here, he is a living example of the energy and wisdom that comes from international higher education. He brings that to his high mission for the government of Egypt. Dr. Khaled, Mr. Minister, thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you all.
That's a privilege. That's a privilege to be a minister, to make things happening. So they just took out this step from here. Thank you, Frank, for this invitation. I really enjoy every time I come to the AUC because this is just a great place. And خليني ابتدي الاول زي الدكتور عمرو ما قال لي انا ابتدي بالعربي علشان حكاية حدوتة الرانكينج والاكريديتيشن الحقيقة حدوتة كبيرة قوي. أنا يعني طبعا زي ما الدكتور عمرو قال، يمكن لما صحي من النوم في يوم من الأيام ولقى الدنيا مقلوبة، احنا جينا بقى ولقينا إن كل الناس بص على الرانكينج كأن الدنيا كلها بتقف على الرانكينج، وكل الناس لازم تركز على موضوع الرانكينج وموضوع الاكريديتيشن. بس ranking comes first. Usually everybody is thinking about ranking is the only way for universities, and if you are not within the 1200 university, then you are out of scope. You better close the campus and do something else, you know. So فطبعا احنا عملنا في 2016 ابتدت لجنة شكلناها من الوزارة علشان to look after the ranking, just to focus on ranking. And we managed to assign in each and every university in Egypt a department that only talks about ranking. And we managed also with the AACSB, the Knowledge Bank, to allow for training and capacity building for the staff in order to train them how to prepare and how to submit the portfolios of each university, exactly like what Dr. Amr did in the past with the Cairo University, but now we're doing it in all ranking institutions at the same time. وبعتنا ناس تتدرب في هولندا واستضفنا experts from different parts of the world to come and train us. And الحقيقة we monitored the process the progress that would happen after all these efforts, and we managed ان احنا زي ما الدكتور عمرو قال النهارده عندنا يعني almost 22 جامعه مصريه دخلوا في الرانكينج تايمز هاير اديوكيشن، وكمان جامعات وباي subjects even better، لان احنا عارفين ان في institutional ranking and في program ranking. So even by program ranking we do have some programs ranked within the first 100 to 150 top programs in the world. I'm naming pharmacy in the medical sector and in agriculture and others in engineering. فاللي أنا عايز أقوله إن بس أنا حسيت شوية إن في زي نوع من أنواع الزيادة قوي في التعامل مع موضوع الرانكينج، لدرجة إن بقى نوع من الضغط العصبي والنفسي على الجامعات، وده مش مطلوب، لأن مش المفروض إن إحنا نسيب الشغل بتاعنا ونركز بس على موضوع الرانكينج يبقى هو ده الكور بزنس. لان انا في تصوري الموضوع يعني فيه ما هواش ميجربل قوي. يعني انا لو انا يمكن ده بدري ان انا اقول كده يمكن مع اخر اليوم، لكن انا في تصوري الeducation is a service and it's an ongoing service and it's very hard to measure services. يعني it's not a product, it's not a quality product that you can check the customer satisfaction and you can check the manufacturer satisfaction and others. So if you're dealing with a service with many beneficiaries, students, academias, parents, employees, faculty, so this is quite difficult to measure. عشان كده في بلاد زي بلادنا ممكن تبقى unfair الرانكينج سيستم بالنسبة لنا. ليه؟ لأن احنا عندنا مثلا حوالي 60 ل 65% من دراساتنا it's a humanities and social sciences and it's more in Arabic language. So most of the research done in these sectors are mostly in Arabic, and nobody is publishing that, and nobody asked them to publish this in Scopus or in international publishers. So you end up by being evaluated negatively or by minus because of the faculties and because of the number of students in those areas. So sometimes it's unfair because you are comparing Cairo University or Mansoura University or Asyut University or Banha University or Munufiyya University with UCL, which is all British English taught research published in international publication, and it's unfair. So sometimes the measures of weighting research and ranking, it's not that perfect. When I take it to accreditation, even accreditation is quite difficult and it's not easily measured. And we talk about national accreditation versus international accreditation. And when we do accreditation, do we monitor accreditation all the time, every day? Because accreditation is an act, so you cannot just do it once and then come back after 5 years and measure it once again. So what happens between the 5 years, during the 5 years? Do we still keep our accreditation process to be monitored properly? So the idea of accreditation or ranking in higher education is quite an interesting subject, which I really acknowledge the AUC for hosting this important event. So going back to the formal speech, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure for me to join you today. And I would like to start by thanking the AUC for hosting and organizing this important event. President Francis Richard Dooney, AUC President, Provost Ihab Abdurrahman, AUC Provost, and the Councillor Dr. Ashraf Hatem, and the former Councillor Dr. Emad Salima, and the energetic, the national treasure, as Richard just mentioned you, Iman Migahed, the Chief Knowledge and Strategy Officer of the AUC. Congratulations for this important event, and I know that it took you a lot of effort to organize such a successful day. The AUC is being all the time proactive by the integrating of initiatives and discussions on the role of accreditation and how it shapes the quality of Egyptian higher education scene. Today we are looking forward to a thought-provoking discussions with our panelists and guests of honor, whom I'd like to welcome: Dr. Amr Izzat Salama, Dr. Mohammed Lutaif, Dr. Rehan Saeed, and certainly our guest speakers from different organizations. The issue of accreditation and ranking is not only for just the students and their parents, but again, it's also about the academicians. But recently, it took a lot of attention from the media and the policymakers and the politicians. So we go everywhere, even in the parliament, talking about, we receive questions all the time about where are we within the ranking system. So it's not just, it used to be for students and their parents when they apply for universities, so they have to just check the program and the university ranking in order to make the decisions to get enrolled in that programs. But now it's something different. So the AUC has cooperated with the Ministry of Higher Education with the determination to seek institutional and professional accreditation and improve international ranking, as well as engage with Egyptian universities and share experiences together. Over many decades, this prestigious organization has provided higher education which meets high level of quality, as it's currently within the 300 range worldwide according to the QS ranking. And it is accredited by 14 different national, international, and professional accrediting bodies, and I'm sure that they are waiting now for Dr. Johansson's decision, which I'm sure that it will be a positive decision, that's for sure. The accreditation also proves the university excellence and distinction. Assessing quality, I think, in education is quite hard, as I mentioned, and it's extremely difficult and delicate at the same time, because we need to measure this in a continuous process, so it's not just a one-shot process. Accreditation and ranking is such a great topic, and in order to attest to the quality of educational program that promotes career and personal development for prospective students and their parents, accreditation provides assurance that the program has attained a level that meets or exceeds standards that were developed by experts in the field. This is from the eyes of the students and their parents. But for graduates as well, it promotes professional mobility and enhanced employment opportunities. And again, for prospective employers, it provides assurance that the curriculum covers essential skills and knowledge needed. And for universities, it provides a reliable basis for inter- and intra-institutional cooperation practices and promote the ongoing and self-evaluation and continuous improvement of institutions and educational programs. And this is exactly what Dr. Ihab was saying to me, that since we are receiving more than assessment and auditing bodies for accreditation during the last years, I think this makes us stands on their toes all the time just to meet with the standards. And most of the time when you receive different accreditation agencies, you learn from them, and definitely you should improve the quality of education after those visits. Great President Sisi gave clear direction to work on improving the international ranking, and I think everybody knows that clearly. He mentioned this all the time during public speeches. And this is also for public and private institutions as well. Egypt has always been a knowledge and an education hub for different areas in the world, especially in the Arab region and the African region. And currently more than 20 universities in Egypt have been ranked by the 2020 Times Higher Education Ranking, and 5 are just featured in the QS World Ranking during 2019. And we live in a time of constant change, and we have to realize that the international economy is evolving, and the employment market is shifting, and tomorrow's jobs needs different skills than the jobs of today. I would like to use this occasion to review the rapid pace of developments over the last period and to set out a clear direction on a number of key issues the Minister had adopted to reform the higher education sector. Starting from internationalization, as our friend Frank mentioned, this approach comprises building partnerships and network with different international universities and different sectors in the world, creating bilateral agreements, participating in the worldwide programs and organization, facilitating students and staff mobility, and improving the quality and relevance to labor market of education through strengthening relationship with international ranking and accreditation bodies. Moreover, with the ratification of the new law regulating the establishment of the international branch campus, already operating, now we have 3 international branch campuses operated, and we are aiming that Egypt will benefit from that international education and the scientific research experiences of the international universities to achieve significant progress in the higher education system. The Supreme Council of Universities promote efforts also to improve ranking and acquire accreditation, and it works on different development systems for evaluating and updating the performance of universities all the time with my colleagues at the Supreme Council of Higher Universities. The higher education change will give Egyptian universities the freedom and autonomy to work to their potential by internationally competitive and manage economic and social changes to the best of their abilities. And we must aspire to not only keep up with our peers, but keep ahead of them. And last but not least, I think I need to leave you with some thoughts that I wish that I will have time to attend during the day, but I would be very much interested to receive the recommendations coming out from this important day. So I will leave you with some questions, and I hope that will be addressed during the day. I think how reliable and accounted the process of ranking, can we rely on the process of ranking, and how sensitive is the evaluation? Does the measures used by most ranking institutions could be applied to different universities in different areas of the world? Is it fair to compare different processes in different areas? And what about national and international accreditation? Do we start by the national accreditation and then move to the international, or better to work, as the AUC was doing, better to work together at the same time to acquire the national and the international accreditation? Great topic, great organization. Thank you for hosting us, and I'll leave you with this, and thank you very much.